Okay, so I've got my structure built now, and if I play it, I get quite a satisfying experience of knocking the whole thing down. So just test it. As well as using the mouse button, I can also use the left control to shoot a cannonball. Oops, wobbled, a bit higher. Hey, destruction has been achieved. Okay, but it might be nice to add a bit of realism here, to have a bit of flash and a bit of noise when the cannon goes off. Now, I found and downloaded a sound effect from the internet, which I saved as bang, and I've imported it as an asset, and I created an audio folder to put it in. Right, so that's our bang noise here. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is add a bit of smoke to the cannon so that when it shoots, we get a bit of flame smoke coming out of it. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to add a new particle system to the barrel. So if I go up to create here, and we've got under effects, we've got particle system. And as soon as we put one in, it starts displaying itself. Now I'm going to attach this to the barrel, so it becomes a child of the barrel there. Okay, it's not doing exactly what I wanted to do at the moment. It's firing in the wrong direction and all that sort of thing. So I just need to modify this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the transform. Right, now see it appearing from all over the place. And I want to move it to the place where I want the particles to be emitted from. So that'll be the mouth of the cannon there. Okay, there we are. Now, in the particle system, there are all sorts of things you can control. One of them is the duration of each one. So I don't want it to loop, so let's take that off for a start off. And now we can simulate it by just clicking the simulate button, and that's what it goes for. It goes for 5 seconds at the moment, which is far too long, so I'm going to cut that down to simply 0.5 seconds. Let's try that. So now it produces just a few particles. Right, but I don't want those particles to last that long either, so they last for 5 seconds before they disappear. So I think, again, we can have 0.5 there. Okay, that's more like it. And the start speed will keep as that. Let's increase the start size a bit. Okay, so there. That's more like a puff of smoke, isn't it? Okay, but it's going in the wrong direction. So I've got this shape option here, which I'll go down to. And it's in a cone. There's the cone. Right, but it's facing the wrong direction. It's facing out to us. So what we want to do is to rotate it around its y-axis there. So we'll sort of rotate it to say 90. Now it's facing in the right direction. It's too wide for the neck of the cannon there, so I'm going to reduce the radius so it fits in the mouth of the cannon. It's going out in that sort of direction. Let's try that. Okay, it's going in the right direction now. That's good. Now what I'd like to happen is when the smoke comes out, I want it to be red as fire, and I want it then to fade out as it goes away. So I've got this color over lifetime here. Just going to tick that and open it. Right. And so this color over lifetime we click on that and we get a gradient editor. So this first one I want to be a sort of red, maybe a little bit more orange than that. Okay. Nasty fire. Close that. So that's the first colour. Second colour is white, that's fine, but I want it to fade out. So up here we've got the alpha. I want that to go down to 0. But I don't want it to fade out too quickly, so I'm going to add another one. This is the alpha controller. Keep that so we have a bit of white, and then it fades out. Okay, let's close that, try it. Right. So you can see it now puffs out. I think I'd like it to increase over its lifetime. So I've got this option to increase over lifetime. So tick that and open it. And it gets bigger. Let's see what that does. Okay, not too bad. But I'll need to make the initial size bigger now, I think. So make the start size 4. All sorts of options. We could play around with this for ages. A bit bigger. Okay, it's not bad. It's getting there now. Just move it back a bit. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so we've got a particle system. As you can see, you can spend hours messing around with this, but that will do for now. Now I need to modify the code to show the barrel. Oh yeah, before I do that, let's rename it as smoke. Okay, that'll be fine. I don't want it to loop. The other thing I don't want it to do is to play on awake. I only want it to play once we fire a gun. Right, so we need to modify the code now. So let's edit that script. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to add a public reference to a particle system. Okay, I'm going to call it smoke. Right, and then in here, no, right down here. Right, once we create this new ball, we're going to play it. Play. Okay, it's a function. So now the smoke should play whenever we fire a gun. Let's save that and try it. Okay, that's fine. Stop that. I'll go back to Unity. Now, because the smoke is a child of the barrel, it should move with it. Let's try. I'm always doing this. I forgot to make a reference to it. So, again, we need to add the smoke as the public reference. One of these days I will remember to do this consistently. So up goes my barrel. And there's our flash of smoke as well. Okay, good. Down goes the structure. Right, let's add a bit of noise to it as well. Right, to do this, I'm going to add another component to the barrel, which is in the audio section, which is an audio source. Now the audio source wants an audio clip, which I've imported as an asset, so I'll just drag that in here. Okay. I'm going to reduce the volume a bit because it is rather loud. Now this audio source is a component of the barrel, so we can just add it into the script. So I'm going to put in here in the private section. Audio source, and I call that bang sound. Right, so we have this reference to a bang sound. We need to identify it as one of the components. So we'll put it in here in the start. So bang sound equals get component, and then it's audio source. Right, so that will find the audio source component of the barrel and assign it to this bang sound. So as well as making smoke, now we can play it. Right, save that. Let's just go ahead and save it. But before I do, one of the things I should have taken off here is the play on awake, so we don't want it to go bang as soon as we start the program running. Go. There we go. Right, so it should now play whenever we fire the gun. Just the little speaker symbol to indicate the presence of a sound. So up goes the gun. And away goes. Much more satisfying.